Alrighty, hi.
Wait a second.
Salvador. Oh, was that like a picture?
No, it wasn't. We're rolling.
Oh. Damn.
I love this.
Lighter.
Lighter? Oh. Got you, bitch.
Oh, no, I'm not saying give it to me. I'm just move it.
Alrighty,
you
and
can
that's
tell
how.
a person is not a smoker.
That is how we. Guys, can I start the podcast, please? Do you mind? Do you mind? Alright.
Oh, she did the pig. Oh, I missed that.
Piggly wiggly woo wee. Alrighty, so that is how we're starting off today's edition of the INCS Loud podcast. I am Bianca Dlamini, and on the right hand side of me is Ndalo, but he'll introduce himself as well as everybody else in the room.
Igama undalo usibongo umthembu ithazo lami uMvelasi.
Yeah.
But I'm known as Madam_Velasi on the gram. Like I said, I'm on private, so if you're trying to follow me, you'll find nothing. Yeah.
You're a private user?
What?
Oh, you're a private.
I'm on private on Instagram, yeah.
Why?
I'm not a cloud person. I like to know who's coming into my space.
Okay. I'm Maurice Ra, your favorite on-air radio personality, closing the energy dog, jump on tables for a living, your dopest MC, your dopest entertainer in Durban, soon to be international, you know the vibes, baby, host the best and biggest hip-hop show in Durban, you know, 3-1! And I'm so excited to be on this podcast. I'm joking.
Bro,
Anyway, Sipe!
You're joking. What are you joking?
No, I'm joking about me. I'm joking about me saying I'm so excited to be on this podcast. Like I'm a guest, the way I said it, you know?
Oh.
I'm so excited to be this.
I'm like, what do you mean you're joking that you're excited to be on the podcast?
Anyways, I'm dope.
And I'm
Sipe.
CP.
Hi guys,
I'm dope G.
I'm Sipe, and now I have to match up to that energy.
Oh no, perfect.
Thank you. I am a film producer, and I was the guy who was lucky enough to meet all of these amazing creatives,
Gang gang.
and was able to put together this little platform. So B,
What
Break
are we
it
talking
down.
about today?
So today we are going to talk about gender roles amongst other things. We're going to talk about relationships and, you know, mjolo and the traditional what's of relationships.
So we're talking about the cultural woman versus the modern woman, or we're talking about the cultural marriage versus the traditional marriage?
Both.
Good.
Yeah.
So we start with gender-based, with gender roles.
Where are you going, Dano?
hey, you chose violence first.
Gender
Yes,
roles.
Is
Gender
this-
roles.
Is
Let's
this in a relationship, in a marriage?
I think let's just
in
lay it down.
dating?
lay it down.
Relationships.
Relationships, yeah.
So like the woman should do what the man should do.
Yeah.
Kind of a feel.
So I'd like to know with yours, like, what do you think? What are gender roles? Do you think they exist? Or should they exist?
They should exist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
How?
think they exist because everything is flipsy floppy in a sense of it's basically what I can do for you and what you can do for me. That's what it is in terms of relational aspects. I mean, me personally, I've encountered like many conversations where it's always been a matter of I can do this for you. What can you do for me? And it's like, oh, is that what we're doing? So this is a exchange kind of a deal. It's not a ball or let's date, or it's a okay, I'm on this time, I'm free, come through, we do this, you go that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you never just like the person who likes you.
No, I'm saying now. What I've encountered, what I've been encountering, is things like that.
Yeah.
Like I can genuinely like a person, and then when I like put that forward, like, hey, listen, I dig you, I like you, and I would like for us to pursue something. And then they'll be like, oh, I'm just not ready for a relationship, but you know what, we can carry on hanging out. By that they mean I can carry on buying the drinks and they just carry on rocking up. That's what they really mean. So I'm just like,
Who hurt you?
no, I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt. I just want to be ignorant, guys. I don't think we should be ignorant. Like I said, I'm going to be honest in this podcast. No, that is my thing. I don't mind.
He's been used for dick on multiple occasions. He's tired of girls being like, come over and suck and
Stop it,
Jump
guys.
and suck.
Dalo is a sweetheart. Dalo is a sweetheart. Don't do that to
Since
him.
when? What happened? Like, what changed? I thought you were like anti-Dalo, like, for the longest time.
Yeah, we have our days. We have our days. We're gonna fight you now. God forbid.
So whatever they're saying is complete BS. No, I am not ignorant to being used. I know when I'm being used, and I address it. I tell a girl like saying something like, "Yo, listen, dude, I know you're using me, and it's not cool."
For sex?
No, not for sex. Just in general, like for drinks or
Oh,
going
you're a
out,
pizza
whatever.
guy. Oh, nice.
Okay. Or whatever. I'm like, yo, if you need a favor, just ask the favor. Don't now come through on some, trying to, no, I can do this for you. I'm like, I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy anymore.
Do women do that? Do they approach you with like, I can do this for you?
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Yeah,
Is this like a handy Andy?
It
Like,
depends. Okay, so for instance, I'm gonna tell you an example that was supposed to happen last night. So
no.
Dello is booked and busy, guys.
Not
Sexually
even.
active.
Dallas actually posted me, like I didn't know what he was doing last night.
So no, last night, a friend hit me up that they wanted to chill, and I told him, yo, I'm busy. I have my friend's bride, and then I'll be busy. And then they told me they finish work, they get off work at a certain time. I won't say what time because then the person will know I'm talking about them.
Yeah.
But they get off work at a certain time. I was like, yo, if I'm still awake around that time, cool, we can. And then I look at the time, I'm like, no, man, at this time, you get what I'm saying?
Something's fishy.
Yeah, like I knew what this person wanted. So I was like, I hit him up, I mised them, hit him up in the morning. I was like, yo, listen, sorry, I got caught up in groove. I ended up skinny dipping, so I'm sorry I didn't get your message.
That's an elaborate lie.
Yeah, they called me 3 times. I literally saw the phone ring. Called me 3 times. I watched it. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Not about to
Purely
answer that.
because I knew I was going to enjoy myself. I knew what this was coming for.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it was like the way they made it come to me was like they wanted to have a conversation or like they were going through something. You know what I'm saying? But it was actually the other way around. She just wanted to sleep with me. I was like, bro, just say that.
Or needed a place to sleep.
Nah, the person has their own place. That person has their own place. My chat is be honest. I will not judge you or like come at you for being honest. If you told me, yo, listen, dude, I want to see you for this or that.
Would you not have looked down upon her if she said,
no,
I would like to sleep with you?
I appreciate honesty above lying. So if that's who you are, that's who you are. I can't judge who you are. But it's my choice if I want to engage in that or not. Hence, that's what I'm saying. I won't judge. I will hear what you're saying, and then I will say yes or no. And at the same time, I say no. Sometimes I say yes. Sometimes, but that's purely because.
Well,
when do you say no?
Hold up.
I do say no sometimes.
We can't be saying yes means no, no means yes, no.
I'm not a sleeper around her. Let's just get that clear. I'm not a sleeper around her. Like I genuinely have to know you before I just be like, okay, cool, let's do this. I don't do that no more. I'm not a smash and go guy anymore. That was back in the day. But now, now it's a new leaf. I'm a whole new man. I'm a changed man. I found Lord. I found Christ. I found Christ.
Don't put Christ in there. You know your stories.
ain't nobody got fouls on me in the streets. Nobody got fouls on me in the streets.
You sure?
I'm positive. Like I ain't got nobody got.
Okay.
And spare for you, what are gender roles in a relationship?
So that's a tricky one for me. Because for a very long time, I thought that the type of woman I want in my life is a very modern woman. But one of the things that I'm
find modern for you though.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
So when I define modern, I'm utilizing like the thinking or the way in which people spoke in like the 90s and the early 2000s. Because if I say a modern woman now, people will fight me. Like they will fight me. So we're using old world thinking. For me, I think to define a modern woman, we need to define a traditional woman. All right. So for me, a traditional notion or a traditional woman in a relationship takes care of your kids, makes sure that the household is a household, and then nurtures both you and whatever you're doing. So promotes and develops you. So a lot of guys get this notion that like a traditional wife is basically just like a person who cooks and cleans and fucks you. Okay, which I believe is incorrect. I believe that there's the whole notion of a woman being a kingmaker, a woman being the type of man who can not just help you get through difficult scenarios, but allow you to be the best type of man that you are so that you can achieve and become even more. A good example is when Jeff Bezos got divorced from his wife. He gave her half and he didn't blink an eyelid because he knew exactly what she had done. She had a whole career and everything. She stopped all of that shit, became a traditional wife, backed his stuff, and developed him. He was just like, no, you are my partner throughout this entire thing. So for me, that's what a traditional woman was. I thought that I wanted a modern woman, which was in that we both have separate careers and lifestyles, and we are both going out and we're taking on the world. And then when we come back into the home, we have to split certain duties or certain things within the home. But what I found when I was in a modern relationship was that I found that the more I would do things that normally, or let me not say normally, that colloquially would be called like women's things to do, like cleaning, cooking, all that kind of stuff, the more I was devalued, or the less attractive I became. Do you know what I'm saying? So that kind of gave me a notion where now I'm a little bit confused in terms of what exactly am I looking for? Am I looking for a person who's going to be a teammate, who's going to help me build a home and foster an idea that I'm creating? Or am I looking for a person who has their own idea and we're both going to do our own thing? So yeah, for me, I'm going towards the traditional side, but everyone's going to hate me for saying that because immediately,
I don't.
Thank you. Immediately, if you say that you want a traditional wife, people think that means that you're a sexist. You want a person to sit at home and cook and clean and all that kind of shit. And it also, a lot of people equate it to you stating that you don't believe that women should have opportunity, which is incorrect.
It's incorrect, yeah.
Because another thing that people don't realize is that there's lots of women who want to be moms, and that's what they want to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like how there's lots of guys who don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
There's lots of guys who don't want to earn, they don't want to, and they ain't shit guys. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that women who don't, like, I'm just saying that we need to look at it both ways. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's lots of guys that don't want to take that role and be proper fathers, and they run away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just like how we can say that there's plenty of women who don't necessarily want to create a new thing themselves. They want to work with another person, foster something, and be a home builder. But as a society, in the modern sense, we look down upon women who want to be home builders.
That's what I was about to say. Uguti, I don't know why. There's always like that negative connotation to the traditional woman, like in a relationship. For me, even, I've always just wanted to be that modern woman where like I'm doing my thing and he's doing his thing, but we meet at home and, you know, we building a family. I still believe in that a lot. But I'm slowly heading towards, I don't know if it's something to do with age as a female, where I feel I really just want to be a mother. I really want to be somebody's wife and help them be there with them as they grow. You know what I mean?
Nurture.
Yeah, I want to nurture. I feel like, excuse me, every woman is always going to want to, you know, they low-key do want to be that modern woman. But innately, we want to be, you know, nurturers. The Bible states that.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. You know, we're supposed to be there to nurture. And I don't understand the negative connotation towards being a traditional woman or the nurturer, because that is such a big responsibility. If you think about it, you're the person building a king. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're the queen behind the king, or the king behind the king. Because for a king to be a king, he needs to be following somebody, and that person is you, ideally. And for you to get there at some, like, I do believe you need to go past that modern stage where you actually are looking for something that you're really like good at and doing it and, you know, focusing on it. I don't know. I'm stuck in between the two, but really leaning towards the traditional vibe.
And you, Maury?
I think it's
modern
age.
dog.
You're a modern female.
Yeah. Well, I guess as time goes by, I might change my mind. Like B said, I think it's something that goes with age. You know, because I'm 22. I don't want to put age to this year, but yeah, I'm just sticking with modern right now. Do my stuff, you do your stuff. You know, when we get home together, building something.
How would you feel about having a stay-at-home husband?
Sure, dog. I won't say I don't mind, because obviously, I'm not up for that. Like, you need to do something.
It goes back.
A stay-at-home, like he's cooking, he's cleaning.
Yeah, it goes back to what you were saying, Spe. I agree with you. I also, I don't think I would be able to have a stay-at-home husband because of that thing. Obuyi Shuguti. There's some sort of, I don't know how it happens, but the respect factor.
Yeah, it's like no.
Yeah, it goes down.
Okay, so you touched on something there.
Yeah.
So with that respect factor, what are you trying to say? That are you saying that as a man, this is what you expect Are you taking it to the traditional aspects of what a man
Yes,
is?
yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah. I'm taking it right back there.
To the traditional
What do you
aspects.
expect from a traditional man?
A traditional man is a provider. He's the strength of the home. He's literally the head of the home.
What does
So as
it
much
do?
as I lead him, or he can come to me for direction, basically, but he's the leader.
Oh, he
You
wears
get
the
me?
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wears the
You
pants.
just iron them for him.
I just iron him, yeah, for him.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So that's it. So he should ideally, for me, earn more than I do, you know.
Yeah.
Just be better off than I am, even if it's not materialistically, but it can't.
For sure.
Do you know how much that confuses liberal men? Because if you're a liberal guy and you believe in some of the teachings of feminism or fourth wave feminism, you look at shit like that, you get into a relationship and you go, I'm gonna help out, you know? I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna be that guy. And then along the way, you almost lose that masculinity in your partner's eyes. And then that attraction goes away, that animalistic thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's quite interesting. So for you, stay-at-home dad,
No.
No, me too.
My man needs to work. Like,
What-
he needs to work
What if
and
he
have
is-
dreams.
What
like
if
proper.
he's an established man? Like he feels that that's where his place is right now in his life. That he feels like he can be a stay-home dad. Like that's what he wants to push now, being a stay-home dad.
Then it's different. He's established.
Like no, not established in the sense of like monetary or like career-wise, but
Yeah.
he just said, you know what, I'm quitting my job or I'm leaving this.
Nah, I'm not gonna take
I
that.
feel that I want to now be a
I love
stay-home
that.
dad.
Nah, no, sorry.
Like, he wants
no.
to
He said established. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Connie
So
money, there's
17.
money, you know, businesses. But now you're telling me there's no.
Hey, woman and money. Hey,
No, it's not that.
Let's not.
Yes.
Please, let's not get into that one because
Yeah.
we'll be here like all night.
I feel like
and
we're
all
heading
day.
there.
Yeah,
So money is important.
it's very important. It's
Do
very
you-
important.
Why do you feel that the man should earn more, or would you be comfortable if you earned more than your partner?
I think I would be uncomfortable if I earned more than my partner.
So now, what does that mean now in terms of your taste in men?
Wow.
It just means
Markus is
it
like,
just means
yeah.
I would be uncomfortable. It's not about the other person.
No, but I'm saying, great guy, he ticks all the right boxes, but he
If he ticks all the right
earn
boxes,
more than him.
yeah, if it ticks all the right boxes, then it's different. Because the right boxes for me are ambition. That's the first box.
What if you're like a
So you-
fucking millionaire?
That's fine. I'm probably sure at that point I will have that problem where I can't get a person at my level because guys are insecure and they never want to shoot that high.
But don't you think that guys who do have money at that level don't really care about you because they're like,
I'll find somebody who thinks that I'm important enough to care about.
you'll find someone.
Yeah, they'll find me.
Oh, that's why you're still single.
Yes, I'm still
Look
looking
at
and
that,
they're
look
still
at you.
looking.
I would
They're
say
still
that.
looking and so am
We're
I.
still looking. But
Yeah.
no, the reason I brought it up is just with how things currently are right now. I mean, a guy who just has a job, a basic job, can, you know, date like 50 raised girls because they are not dependent on him because he provides something for them that they
Yeah.
really need. at the time.
10,000 rand a month, not even crazy.
Not even crazy money. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? 'Cause I've heard stories, bro. Like, I've heard a guy who used to ask me for money, like, who didn't really work, was dating like a million res hands, you know what I'm saying? And he told me this one
A
time.
million.
No, I'm just being
I
I'm
know.
just exaggerating. But he told me one time he went to Kibana with his boys, and obviously a group of tables. You know how you ladies do. Each person has one glass of champagne, one glass of Savannah, whatever. You know, nice slow drink, trying to see who's gonna see us. So yeah, that happened. And then obviously he saw the Han, approached the Han, they get to conversating, and he said that the Han was approached by different other guys, barely. But what this guy said is that, listen, I don't want to splurge on you tonight. I don't want to like buy you drinks or whatever tonight. How about tomorrow me and you go shopping? What about that? By shopping, he means grocery shopping. Because she was saying about her arrears and she has no food, whatever. So the guy was like, how about I take you grocery shopping the following day? And it actually happened.
You were
the following
talking talking
day.
about this at Cubana.
Yeah, Cubana. At Cubana.
Bank.
So
Like
the following
first
day,
time you're
first
talking,
time
I
meeting,
don't have
yeah.
groceries.
like obviously the conversation obviously
Yeah,
flowed
no, I
how it
get you,
flowed,
but-
yeah. But it got to the point where that's what they spoke about.
You with me, right?
So again, this is a true story. This is a true story. And if the guy wants to come at me, I can gladly like get him on the line if he's like available, and he will confirm the story. But because we were talking about this at the gym, and then he told me the story, and I'm like, okay, sharp. And then Following day, they linked up. He drove to her place, picked her up. They went out. Not like went out to go have food. Whatever. Went out grocery shopping. Told him, listen, take whatever you need. So they put in the trolley.
Do you think he even picked shit that she wouldn't get?
Probably
Just
did.
like, hey, go get
Probably
this
did.
steak.
Always the other guy, you don't want to show your over weakness, or you're gonna be like, yo man, she was like taking things I've never seen before. But obviously, I know that it did get there because I mean, she was
I
probably.
know
like,
you want them chicken nuggets.
Yeah. So yeah, eventually got her groceries, paid for it, took her back to the race, helped her fold the cupboards back up, and then told me that like, yo, that girl has respected me ever since. Like she always like hits him up. She feels entitled in a sense. She feels like she needs to now give it up. You get what I'm saying? Because she feels like that's the only thing she can provide is to give it up. And the guy was like, no, listen, I understand you're a student. I understand that like this is your current life right now. I don't expect you to give it to me. I only did it because I wanted to do it for you. That's the only reason why I did what I did. Not because I expected to get something in return. I mean, if you offered up, I mean, obviously the guy would be like, hey, hello, you know.
No,
but he wanted to get that point across that I only did what I did because I wanted to do it, not because I would expect something in return. So that ties into what you were saying is that what if you get a guy like that? It's just like, you know what? I feel that this is what I need to do.
That's one of my boxes. He's generous.
So wait. Okay, can I ask you guys?
Yeah.
Put yourself in that position. You're a varsity student. You're 18 years old. You have no money. Is that creepy or cool that he did that?
It's very cool. It's very cool, but it can give you a sense of what's naivety. Naivety, is that a word?
Yeah.
Where you go around being naive and thinking people are gonna do stuff for you.
Yeah.
Mahala nje, just because I just really felt like it. While we were at Cubana, I just decided, actually, you know what? I'm gonna buy you some groceries at Cubana.
But what are you saying about me then? Because that's something I also do. Not by to the extent of groceries.
No, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying that as a girl at 18 years old, I'll probably walk around thinking all guys are like that. Meanwhile, some guys are not going to do that.
But bear in mind, that's why I say specifically Cubana. So you know what happens to Cubana.
Exactly,
and
that's
also,
what I'm saying.
as a person, you don't have money, you're in that space. You can't be ignorant. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what the guys are going to try to do there.
Exactly.
And also, you also know as a female in that area, what you also have to give up in terms of it for the night to continue, whatever the case may be. So
the context makes sense because when you picture it in your mind on a street corner, it's a totally different. I drove past me. Hey, yo.
Bro, you just put that visual in my mind. Just put that visual in my mind. Now I can't get it out. Well done. But yeah, carry on. Well done. Carry on. It's in my mind now.
You ever had chicken nuggets?
See, it's so amused by this whole story.
No, it's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
I never knew that was a thing that people did to approach women because bless her culture, sometimes it feels like I went to sleep for 4 years and I woke up. Like, there's some shit that I just do not understand. I do not get the fact that there's dudes who are going up to young women and just saying, oh, let me buy you something. Babe, please let me buy you something. Like, it blows my mind. So this whole thing is like, it's crazy, dude.
I actually had a conversation with a female, a close friend of mine, and she was out in Amsterdam, and she said that her and a girl were there, they were having their own drinks, and this guy came up to them like, yo, can I buy you guys drinks? And then I said, okay, before she went further in the story, I said, okay, what do you think that guy is implying by him saying, can I buy you drinks? She's like, no, just being nice. I'm like, okay, cool.
Nah.
Carry on the conversation. Then she was like, okay, listen, the guy took out his card, like, yo, listen, here's my card, go get whatever you want at the bar. Fine. So I'm like, okay, pause.
The card?
Yeah, the card. So
Fuck that, I'm buying a PlayStation.
So I'm like, okay, pause.
The last 3 digits at the back.
What do you think the guy is now implying? Again, I asked the question, what do you think the guy was now implying? Like, he saw you guys having your own drinks, he came up to your table, you're asking you guys to get drinks, you said no, he said no. Eventually, he was like, yo, here's my card, go buy it. Now your mind changed. Now you're like, actually, oh, okay, you know, I'm a bit thirsty. Like, let me just go buy some shots. Okay, she went in and bought shots. The guy felt inclined to sit at their table because now she has his card. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, what do you think the guy is now doing? Again, she's being ignorant. I'm like, you're being ignorant. You cannot see what this guy is doing. There's now an exchange happening, whereas now you are involved. Yeah. And as much as you can be innocent and be like, you know what, the guy just spoke, all I want was drinks from the guy. I don't want to sleep with him, whatever. Cool.
But that's not where it's coming from.
That's not where it's coming from. The situation, because it's escalating, it's to the point where you felt comfortable using his card to purchase those drinks.
Sure.
What does that tell you? Like, in your mind, what is registering in your mind right now?
Yeah.
It's like, no, maybe just being nice. I'm like, oh, just being nice. Okay, cool. So he came and sat with you guys. How did I continue? Like, tell me more. And he tells me, no, the guy just wouldn't leave us. Sorry. I'm like, Okay, you get into where I want you to get, continue the conversation. Like, yeah, I know, we told him like we're okay now, thanks for the drinks, you can go back to your friend's table, like we just want to carry on talking as girls. And the guy said, okay, cool, you kept on coming back and forth to the table. I'm like, yes, what do you think the guy is doing? Surely you can't be that ignorant. She's like, oh no, I see what the guy was doing, but I was never in that lane. I'm like, no.
It's not about
It's
you.
not about you. Consciously,
that
you are aware of what's going on. You've now given the guy the impression of he does that for you and you'll get this back.
Yeah.
That is now what has happened. And you are aware of it, but you choose to be ignorant of it.
He's groomed you.
Exactly. Like, basically, in a court of law, you are in the wrong because an exchange happened and you agreed to the exchange because the guy asked you, hey, can I get you a drink? And you said yes. That is now an exchange. Legally, that's an exchange that's now happened. You are now in the wrong. You can't call yourself a victim anymore. You are now in the wrong. Now, I'm not talking in terms of like rape because I know people's going to come at me.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying now in the general sense that he approached you. You said, no, I get you. Fine. But the fact that he took out his card and now you've taken that card, you have now given him not full right, but you've now given him high approval of whatever happens now. He's in control.
You told him it's okay.
Yeah. It's not, now you have to abide to whatever his wishes are. So that night could go really, really shaky if now you guys are going and he's like, yo, where you going? We're supposed to leave together. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of things can now build up to that, like rape or whatever. It builds up to that purely from the fact that a small little thing where if you had a bit more self-control and you're like, you know what, I don't actually need your card, bro. It's fine. I even went to the extent of telling her that, listen, if you wanted to kill whatever intention the guy had, you could have easily bought him drinks, gave him back his card, or refunded him the money.
Yeah.
Then you clean. You're done. There's no longer anything binding you guys together. There's no
I've actually done that before because I feel very uncomfortable when a guy offers to buy a drink for me. Like, okay, you buy me a drink. Obviously, you want something. You know, that's just me. Honestly, like, okay, why are you buying me a drink? Next thing, oh, come chill at the table.
Yeah.
Then now, obviously, you bought me a drink. Now I kind of need to go chill with you.
You feel that sense of,
You know, you chill there. Now, obviously, okay, we're going to a friend's place. It has happened. Like, oh, going to a friend's place. Are you coming along now? You're like, okay, he bought me a drink. I'm chilling with his friends. We have alcohol. Yeah, obviously, his friends bought the alcohol. He contributed as well. So I kind of need to go with them as well. And you're like, okay, jumping in the car. Now we're chilling at your friend's place. What next? So that's why I kind of feel very uncomfortable. You're approaching me, okay, pretty hand, okay, you know, I'm pretty and cute and all, you know, stuff like that. I'm joking, guys. But yeah, you buy me a drink. Now I must be like, oh, okay, fine. Buy me a drink. Manje, so kuluma, angithandi, dog. Like, what's the story? That's why I'm always like, nah, dog, I'm fine.
It's that build up. And I mean, listen, I don't want to say away from the guys because that's how some guys do their game. And again, yo, if that's your game, you get what I'm saying? Cool. But I'm just saying to the woman, just stop being ignorant. Like, just stop being ignorant. You know? It's like the woman that do coke. There's no way you can afford coke, girl. So obviously you're doing something to get that coke. You know? So you have to be aware of what you're doing to get that coke. Because the guy's going to expect something in return. And in as much as GBV and all that stuff, and we can blame the guy, yes, that is true. But you also got to understand, you also had a role in it. And your role, as minimal as it was the ignition that the guy needed for the events that occurred to kickstart. That's what needed. If you had simply stood strong and given the guy his card back and like, you know what, dude, here's the money, thanks for the drinks, but here's I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like now there's entitlement or whatever. You're done. It's nothing. That guy has no power over you in the sense of whatever he now does. Now it's strictly abuse. You get what I'm saying? Now it falls into a different level of harassment or whatever. Now we can take that to court. Like, yo, listen, you did this. The guy carried on. You carried on, and you're like, dude, here it is. You get what I'm saying? Now you're now winning the argument, but you are now losing the argument because you have agreed to what he was offering legally. So what I do, and like I said, I'm a generous person. Like, if I know you, if I'm drinking a beer and I see CP not drinking a beer, and I know CP and I'm sitting together, obviously I'm not gonna drink the beer myself. I'll be like, yo, bro, what are you drinking? And it's up to him to tell me if he's drinking or not. And I don't pressurize, I don't force. Also, if I know that you're drinking a beer, but I can sense that maybe you don't want to like come across as, don't like sound like you're using me for money or whatever, I'll get up and get the beer for you. I'm like, here you go, bro. Here's a beer. Have fun. You get what I'm saying? So same thing with women. Like, if my female friends, I can, wherever table they're at, if I see you, like, oh, okay, ask, oh, you guys, I ask this question all the time. Like, are you guys good? And my second question is always, how are you guys getting home? I always ask this question to any female that I know. I'm like, how are you getting home? Not me becoming nosy or not me because I want to take, I'm just me trying to get you that mindset of, okay, when you get drunk or whatever, how are you leaving this place? Who are you leaving with?
But you understand that question can get perceived totally.
Yes, it can. It can. That's why I explain myself. And even to the point where I even follow up in the morning, I'm like, hey, did you get home safe? Are you good? Like, just to make sure that no
done. We are shy. Follow up.
Like
your whole squad too is really good with that.
That's what I do. Even a group of tables, if you're sitting with like Bianca sitting with a group of friends that I don't know, but I know Bianca. If I feel like, you know what, let me just buy them drinks, I'll buy drinks, put them in the table and leave. I would not now force myself into the conversation or engage. Or even if Bianca tells me, no, you can sit or you can greet, I greet and I leave. Because I don't want it to come across as I'm now trying to do a move. Or I'm not trying to force myself to stay at table. All I do is just check up like, are you guys good? And I keep it moving. Anyone can tell this.
I personally don't buy women drinks. Like at all.
Do you buy them anything?
Bear in mind, he dated a different race, so there's also
what do you buy them?
No, first of all, I'm not ever gonna slander my ex-girlfriend on any platform, because she was really, really good to me and I was really bad to her. So irregardless of everything that did occur, that woman did try her best. I don't buy women drinks because I don't like the notion of buying a woman's attention. I dislike the notion of you're attracted to me now because I have this value, so you just want this thing.
Yes.
And it's something that I've had to grow out of. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I had this very stupid notion in my mind growing up that if you were cool enough, if you were interesting enough, that's what women were into. And then you grow older and older and older and you realize, bro, I don't give a fuck how many jokes you can tell. Like, you need to be able to earn a bag and buy a car. Like, you know, and I need to see it on you. I need to see that you are something on you. Like, nobody's gonna come up to you dressed like shit and know that you're fucking smart. Nobody's gonna know that you're well spoken. You can like out-talk everybody in this room. They need to see it in front of you. So it's a really difficult mental switch that I have to make now. That now it's like, okay, I'm in this big boy adult world. Now I gotta start buying women drinks. Now I gotta start swagging out super hard so that people can notice me.
Get attention,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I had this really stupid, hyper-liberal notion that if I buy a woman a drink, I'm buying her attention, and that is wrong. So I need to get her attention somehow. And then me having money and all that kind of shit, that's like a side thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I love that you buy women, like, so I don't buy women a lot of things, I'm not gonna lie, unless they're very important to me or if I've been with them for a very long time. Even then I don't even buy them that many things, but what I do
you could have guessed that.
no, fuck, okay, I'll be better.
I'll do better.
I'll be better. No, like, for real. What I do though is I will make you better than how you started with me.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So if a woman is in a long-term relationship with me, they will leave either better in their career, they'll either have more money, or they'll be in better shape.
Yeah.
You can't leave a relationship with me not feeling better about yourself emotionally, not earning a bag, not being like inspired to do some shit. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people claim is quite feminine of me. But like I don't think money is like a gift, and maybe it's because of the way I was raised. Like my parents never gave me like birthday presents and shit. They were just there and they were like present. So I don't think of stuff as gifts. Like even on my birthdays and shit, like I don't want any of you guys to ever buy me anything. Fuck that. When we're all together, we'll have like drinks and we'll talk and stuff. That means more to me than what I can give you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That being said, this is gonna be super fucking toxic. A lot of my exes have bought me clothes. And like shit, like some of them you've seen me fucking wear, dude. And like I'll have like fucking like I'll have beef with my exes where like we don't talk to each other, completely blocked. They're great people, shame.
Shame.
No, they're great people. I'm a fucked up dude. But I'll swag that shit. I'll fucking wear those clothes because like fuck, dude, like we had a flop. I don't have a flop with these kicks.
I was expecting that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So in that I'm very toxic. In that, yeah, you could say I'm a bit of a puss. But like,
I'm toxic in the sense that I cannot ask for help, and I actually get annoyed at a person who does not help me. That's why for me a generous person is very important, because it's highly unlikely that I'm going to ask you for something. So I want you to be generous. It needs to be in you, because you need to figure out, Bianca's having a bad month, let me help her type of a vibe. because I'm not going to ask you for it. And then I still get mad that I didn't ask you for it and you didn't do it. So that's toxic because I'm not saying to you, Ndalo, please can you help me this month? And then I'm upset because Ndalo didn't give me anything like this month or didn't do anything for me this month. Or Ndalo didn't take me for ice cream. But I'm not going to say, Ndalo, please can you take me for ice cream? I'm really wishing for ice cream tonight. Like, I'm not that girl. Like, I make sure, if I want something, it's either I do it myself or a person does it for me out of their free will. And then I resent them for not doing it, you know, even though I haven't asked. But that's very toxic.
100% agree with you there. Like, no, mom always say that, like, I do so much for other people, but, like, I don't let people help me back. I have a pride thing that I am fighting with, that I am slowly getting better at. I'm not gonna lie, I do have a pride thing. I can't ask people for help. Even if I'm in the lowest of lows, I can't. I'm not able to yet. I am slowly breaking that barrier. Like, I'm slowly reaching out and trying to involve people in my life so they know where I'm at.
That shit ruins men, hey?
It does. No, it does.
That's how male depression sets in.
It does. Definitely does. And, like, I'm speaking against it. Like, as guys, we gotta lay down the pride. Like, it really, bad. Like, it's really, really bad. I mean, I went through, like, 3 years where I was in horrible states and I never reached out for help. And it almost broke my relationship with my mom because she didn't know what was going on and she was only just catching the backlash of everything. And I didn't realize then that it was because of these reasons. I realize now because we made up. So I realized now and I told her, like, no, this is actually what's going through my life. Like, this and that, this and that. And she broke down in tears and I broke down in tears.
Yeah.
Like, I've just released everything. So I try my best to involve my mom in everything that I do, just to build that thing of asking for help, you know, just to break that barrier of pride, because I want people involved in my life and I also want people to, like, yo, dude, are you good? Can I help you with something? Like, oh, let's go have a beer or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd like people to ask me that. And 9 out of 10 times I'll usually end up paying or coming through or picking up or whatever 9 out of 10 times, because I still have that helpful, like, generous helpful nature in me. Like, I still have that in me. And I always put other people before me, and my mom hates that about me. Like, she really hates that. Like, there are nights where I'd come home at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, only because of helping someone else, with nothing that I had involved. I had no involvement in what I was doing. But the person will ask me, like, yo, dude, can you pull through? Like, can you do this for me? Do that for me? And I'll go above and beyond. And I expect nothing in return, but it's just the character that I have.
It's
and
me
at the
as
same
well.
time, I can't ask you for help. I'm like, yo, I'm in a slump. Or, listen, I just need someone. I even posted, I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago, I was on Friday, where I posted, I was like, I had a really, really bad Friday. And for the first time, I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know who I can call up and just like, bro, I just need to speak. That's all I needed. I just need to speak to you. That's it. I didn't have that person. To the point where I even I posted it up. And people were laughing at me. I was like, oh, this is a joke. But actually, no, guys, I'm really having a bad day and I just want to let it out, you know? So,
see, do you know what another problem is? You're very much seen as like, like a strong ass, like man's. Like, let me use the term alpha male. So because you're an alpha male, the moment in which you reach out, immediately
weak,
boom. Boom.
You, Ndalo, you reaching out?
Like, what? He has problems?
Bro, there's people with bigger problems, Ndalo. Fucking relax, dude. You've got this. Literally, that's how it is. And I really feel sorry for men, especially in the black community. You know, mental health is like, it's not a thing. Bro, like, people don't know what the fuck it is. They don't even know.
You're a black man.
They don't even know what it is. So many men, like, for me, even the conversation of GBV, ne? I feel like, yes, other races as well, but I think it's predominant in the black race because men don't know how to talk about shit. And they grow up seeing the shit happen in front of them 90% of the time. And that's how they grow up to be. Yes, they can grow up and, they should be making the right choices. But it's very hard to unlearn stuff. It's very hard to unlearn stuff. You just said now, for just a typical example, you just said now that you grew up in a family where it was just about being there and not actually, giving anything. That on its own is something that it only took for us to have this conversation now for you to realize that actually other people do value you giving them stuff instead of just being there. And that's why you're now at a place where you're trying to balance yourself out and actually learn. Nundalo as well. He's learning now because of these type of conversations that he should ask for help. There's always somebody willing to listen.
Yeah.
But black men do not have a platform
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
They don't have it with their friends. They don't have it with their parents. They don't have it with nobody. And as a woman, general, back to traditional vibes, it's our responsibility. Me, now, as a child, as a mother of a son, he's my responsibility. He's my responsibility to teach him. You must be able to talk. Khuluma noma yini, noma inini. Khala when you have to do whatever. If you really want to cuddle your mom, you're never old enough to cuddle your mom. Come and chill with me, you know. It's not a thing of, you're a boy, go play with your friends with cars and guns and that's it. It's never a thing of that. Like, it's my responsibility as a woman and every other female. So every female, even if they are infertile, it's their innate responsibilities to be a mother. You don't have to give birth to a person to be a mother to them. That's our innate responsibility as women.
Can I ask you a question though? With that being said though, then to play devil's advocate, what about the argument then that women aren't men's therapists?
It's the right, it's a good, what do you call it? Argument. Because nobody is anybody's therapist. We're all going through shit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as a woman, your responsibility is that anybody, whether they're a male or female. So as a woman, you need to have female energy, and it's positive energy as a female for everybody else around you. So if I pour positivity into you are also going to pour positivity into other people, whether they're of male or female. As a female, it's more important because we have you guys to worry about. Not necessarily, okay, I'm gonna go around worry, when I spoke to this guy, did I make him a better person or not? But it's that vibe. It's ukuthi I, as a woman, irresponsibility yami ukuthi ngenza abantu abaseduze nami babe ngcono in some sort of a way. That's our responsibility as women. So whether as a woman I have money or not, my responsibility is still to make the person next to me better. Yeah.
And also just with that, with the whole pride thing, I mean, I think that it's a main catalyst as to why so many guys who know that they're, can I say this on camera? Know that they are gay, but because of their friends and their females and maybe they're married or whatever, they hold that in because they don't know how to communicate it, or they're not in a space where they can, like, guys, this is what I'm going through, where they feel they won't be judged or be considered weak. I mean, that's why we have these guys 20 years, 30 years coming out like they were actually gay the whole time. And even though they were married, because they had to live this perfect, scenario lifestyle. Whereas I feel that in that time when he was questioning himself, if he was in that circle of friends who were vulnerable and they were honest, you were able to bro, like, guys, this is what I'm going through. Yeah. And not feel judged or not feel weak, but actually taken for that matter of, okay, bro, like, what do you feel? How do you feel about it? Or how can I, as your homie, listen to you? Because if we would have had the conversation now with one of our friends, like, they would just laugh at us. They'd be like, bro, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll cancel us immediately. Because, like, no, I don't want a gay guy next to me, or don't want a gay guy.
Internalized homophobia.
You get what I'm saying? Which is wrong, because if we're calling ourselves homies, why can't I speak to you about anything? Why can't I speak to you if I'm
exactly.
And
myself?
why does who I'm fucking have anything to do with this shit?
Yeah.
So that's a tricky point, because the whole thing with being gay, specifically with regards to being a man, is that to be a gay man, you almost have to enter an entire world to be accepted. You have to enter the gay world and go and do like gay activities and go to gay clubs. Very seldomly in society will people accept a gay man who just does straight things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they like MMA, play video games, don't sound thingy, don't do this. Like, so as a society, we have to move past a lot of those types of things, but we're in a weird phase where we're almost so liberal that we're telling people that you have to be like this. Do you know what I'm saying? So even like with black stuff, you'll notice that it's almost so pro-black that now we're telling black people that they have to live this type of life to be black.
Like Dr. Uma and the Snow Bunny crisis, you literally are not allowed to date a white woman if you are black.
Oh yeah.
That's Dr. Uma. That's literally how he thinks and believes. And he'll justify it every moment he gets.
And he'll call you a coon.
a coon. But basically, I want to go back to this and just summing this whole thing off is that everything I think is very much individual, and we just need to think out of the box completely. The
Yeah.
reason why there are cultures now today is not because those cultures were here like when God created earth. It's people that created them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So humans they influence culture. That's how a culture is born, is because a certain human or individual influenced it to happen. So there's more gays now. It's not that they haven't been there before,
Yeah,
but it's just
yeah.
the fact that now it seems cool. So we just need to be cool. Nobody's weird, nobody's normal. Because if I had to ask anybody what is normal, nobody's gonna give me an answer.
Same answer,
And
yeah.
no answer is justifiable.
Yeah, yeah.
Who gets to say what normal is? So we need to get out of that whole like gender role, this role, that role. And that's why the other day I was so spiced up when I was talking about like the feminists and the LGBTQI community, because we really are just dividing ourselves from ourselves. That's what
Yeah.
it is at the end of the day.
Unnecessarily.
Really, because as a nurturer, it shouldn't matter if this man cannot provide. You know what I mean? But because we've put it in a role, a man is supposed to do this. Now I feel some type of way about a guy who's not able to provide. You see? So we're fighting ourselves and dividing ourselves against ourselves.
And it's also just adding unnecessary pressure and unnecessary tension.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do I now come out in the space where I'm still seen the same, but I am now respected for the decision that I'm making, you know? Because I have no issues. If you tell me that you're gay, bro, that's your decision, and I'll respect your decision. I will not treat you differently in the sense of now I'm going to be like cautious when I greet you or when I'm around you. Because no, bro, I'm going to still treat you as the person that I know,
Yeah.
because that is the person that you are.
Yeah.
You just because you change in your lifestyle doesn't mean that it's now a whole new person. It's still
Yeah.
you. You just now choose that this is the lane that you're in, and I
Yeah.
respect that about you. I mean, I've been like I get a lot. People always ask, "Are you gay?" And I'm just like, don't worry, I get a lot because I'm just like I see where it's coming from because they see me hanging out with gays and they see me comfortable with gays, but I'm comfortable with myself. I know that I am not gay. I'm
Thank
comfortable.
you.
I'm comfortable with
Yeah.
myself.
Think
But
it's
I
about
also
you.
respect that person's decision to be gay. I'm able to sit in a room of gay people and let them know that listen, I'm a straight guy. I have no issues with what you guys or who you guys are. Sorry, gotta be very very specific.
Very
about it,
Ish.
because
careful as
can
well.
take left anytime, but I have no problem with your guys' lifestyle. Just don't try force it on me, because that's not who I am. But I will treat you as a man, as a friend that I know, as a person that I know. I will treat you in that same mannerism. Because I know you're a guy that likes to hug. I have no problem with hugging a guy. I know who I am. I'm comfortable with them, so I don't mind hugging a guy. For you, that might make that different feelings for you, but for me, it's just me hugging a homie. That's
Yeah.
all it is. And if you feel like something more to it, and you try to come at me on WhatsApp or whatever, there's been cases where I tell them, listen, bro, listen, I have no problem with you being a friend, as a homie, I respect you. But if you're gonna try now convert me to your lifestyle or try like get that idea in my mind, then no, you won't. Because I'll be honest, I have asked myself, am I gay? Only because I wanted to be comfortable with who I am.
Yeah.
So I did go to that phase of asking.
Doesn't every man go through
Nah,
that?
Nope.
guys, they push it, shove it in the back of the mind. They just shove it in the back of the mind.
And
They
then
go,
they just
"What?"
see problems.
Yeah, they shove it in the back of the mind, and then they wonder why things don't go their way.
Exactly.
Or like, and it's a simple thing. You're a guy. You're in your own space. There's nothing wrong. Oh, drop the pride and ask yourself, like, okay,
'Cause
who
there's
am I?
There's a lot of super gay stuff that happens in male heterosexual circles that like, you know, like dudes walking around locker rooms with their dicks out, or like you notice it a lot at boarding schools. There's things that like it's like that's a little sus, like
Men are so
Gotta be
weird.
careful with your words.
that's a little sus, but yeah, anyway, we can't keep moving on
Yeah, we
because I
can't
feel
keep
like we're
moving
going to
on.
digress onto something
Yeah.
else. But I think kind of the main point that we kind of touched onto today was that being an individual should be the most important thing, and the way in which you want to lead your life should be the way that you lead your life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And any defined role is in itself incorrect, because nobody else should be able to define how you choose to live.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you guys so much.
And always just ask yourself if the role that you want to define yourself as is a role that breeds positivity. Does it breed positivity? Does me being feminist breed positivity? Does me being a traditional woman breed positivity for the people around me? So if that's like the basis of everything, everybody's gonna be
I like it.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's true. What are we wrapping up?
Yeah,
we're wrapping up. It's
That
over.
was fast.
It is over.
Fast.
That was
Okay,
very
so
fast.
It's always fast.
closing statements, closing wisdom.
I think we had like 3 or 4 closing statements.
It's a wrap.
You want to take us home, Bianca?
Yeah, I want to take you home.
It's a wrap from me. I love you guys. So you love me back.
We love you too, Maurice.
We love me.
I'll learn to.
I tolerate. I'll tolerate
He's
you.
literally learning a whole lot of things.
I know.
Can you let me get there?
Can you allow me to learn to love you? Can you allow me to do that? No, I tolerate you, Maurice. Like, I can tolerate. You're a tolerable person.
Just cut the cameras.
I'm speechless. So you love me, B?
I love you, baby.
You know what?
So you love me,
I
Donna?
reckon that should be our ending. Because you've used